Well, howdy there, Pipe Pals. Old Holy Smokin' Pipe Padre coming back at you with this one of my beautiful restored Dunhills right here. And this is probably 1963. Beautiful restoration that they did at the Briar Patch. Lovingly restored again at the Briar Patch in Sacramento there. Okay. Okay. Now, you're probably at this point wondering, what am I smoking in this beautiful Dunhill? And I'm going to talk to you about that in just a minute. That's the reason why I'm here today. You can see in the background my former background when I was at Good Shepherd in Elk Grove. Many of you probably remember my angel and my rack of clothes hanging on the old back door there. But the thing I have to tell you is I'm really not in Elk Grove. It's just a memory, you know. But many of you probably remember, you know, that background, because that was the kind of the typical background that I normally would be sitting at there in my little room. Here's another little view of that room there. Working on my computers and you know, occasionally having a pipe there and a cup of coffee, of course. I don't know if this is going to show up or not. Here we go. So anyway, today I just started realizing that, you know, even though I'm back on YouTube there and making videos, listening to the Metropolitan Opera on a Saturday morning, actually Saturday afternoon. You know, I've been here about 2.5 years now. 2.5 years, 2.5 months. That should say something, huh? Here in Chico, and I haven't quite found my level yet. You know, what am I going to be? You know what? We're, you know, like for example, many of our stalwart pipe presenters, you know, you kind of, when you tune into their channel, they're the same. They're kind of consistent. Jay's always got his basic background there in Michigan. John, you know, matches 860. He's got his, you know, sometimes in the wintertime he's in his workshop, but a lot of times he's just outdoors, you know, which is always kind of a, you know, a matches kind of a thing. Beautiful backgrounds, you know, beautiful scenery. You know, you feel like you're out there sitting there with John, pulled up a chair and just relaxing and having a really nice, enjoyable pipe with him. You know, everybody has different backgrounds, and for the most part, that's just kind of how we make our PC smoker. Pretty much the same background. Hey, at least it's consistent, right? Okay, you know, hey PC, how you doing? Always good to hear from you. We got some new guys out there. We got Gary, Gentleman Scholar, and you know, he's kind of, you know, trying to figure out where he's going to be doing his pipe videos. Sometimes he's in a garage, sometimes he's on his deck, I guess. One Man Smoke, I see he's back, and he usually had that big huge work truck. He'd always be making his videos from his big work truck. So I think you get the point. So my videos have kind of changed, obviously, because now that I'm, you know, here in Chico, I have a whole different environment. You know, again, there's even a question of, you know, even though you know, I can smoke, you know, if I choose to. I'm not encouraged to, by no means, you know. And certainly if I had somebody else living with me and they objected to the smoking in my, say, my living room, then I would have to, there goes a little shape there, I'd have to, out of courtesy, you know, and respect for them, not do it. Probably have to do it outdoors most of the time. And for the most part, I don't really smoke that much. So again, I'm kind of, if you will, I'm looking for a new stylistic elements. And I haven't quite found that yet. I'm just kind of in a new place and just going to have to sort things out. This right here, maybe I'll try and take a little snapshot video of what it is, but this is my little office here. And it's different. It's just different. I don't have the back, I don't have the slider door. It usually would face me. You wouldn't see it, but at least every now and then I turn things around 180 degrees so you can see the back, because it was nice. But the bottom line is that that's not the environment I'm in now, so I have to kind of rediscover my my video cave, if you will, my man cave, my YouTube pipe cave, or whatever it is. Now, but as I'm thinking about that and talking about that, I became aware that maybe in the last few videos, and I know the last one was really long, this one might be a little long too, just saying. But I'm thinking some people might kind of go, well, wait a minute now, is that the same guy? Kind of looks the same, but is that really the same guy? Because I kind of remember him, with that special background with the angel and the hanging coats. That was his background. Okay, well, there you go. There's the background again. Hope you'll feel like, yeah, that's me. But there were some other things that I think people would start to seriously question about, am I the real Holy Smoking Pipe Padre? I'm going to tell you what I'm smoking here in just a minute, because it all ties together, folks. It all ties together. Wow. Listen to little Shostakovich here. Opera, Our Lady of Minsk. Okay, wow. I'm impressed. I will tell you, this is a C&D blend. Now, for those of you who have watched my videos, going all the way back, and you don't have to watch them, folks, it's just what I do because I love doing this. I think YouTube's in my blood. But it is a C&D blend. We're going to talk about that. But this morning, as I was kind of just thinking about, today was one of these rare days for your old Padre here. I have a visiting Padre who's coming in today to hear the old confessions and say the evening mass, and I didn't have any baptisms today or weddings, or I had to go talk to some children talking about getting their first communion, but that was like a 5-minute little presentation, because the lady told me, you need to be here at 9:30 and you can speak for 5 minutes. I said, I think I can do that. So I did. But that was it. So it's just one of those rare days that I don't have something I got to be planning for and preparing myself for. And I can be leisurely, and that also means I can enjoy a pipe. I'm a little bit sensitive in the fact that people can detect that you've been smoking something, and they may question, are you a smoker? And there are some people who have problems with that, for political reasons, maybe even spiritual reasons, philosophical reasons. But anyway, I try to be really, at least pleasant to be around. And sometimes I've been smoking my pipe with certain, shall we say, quite stout blends. I may not be the pleasantest person to be around afterwards. But anyway, oh wow, I'm telling you, I'm really excited about what I'm going to talk to you about in a minute. So I got up and I realized I had kind of the day to myself. Right now in the kitchen, I've got a beautiful chuck roast that's simmering away in the oven, just slowly tenderizing. I'll make some mashed potatoes to go with that, and just going to enjoy the day. Just have a nice leisurely dinner tonight. Now tomorrow, it's going to be just the opposite. It's going to be like I've got like 5 or 6 different things that I'm going to have to do tomorrow. It's just going to be a busy day, but that's okay. So anyway, as I woke up this morning, something struck me. And I began to realize, I think I lost it. I think I lost it. At least that was my overriding concern. And I dare say even a bit of anxiety started to build in. What am I talking about, you wonder? Well, this morning, and I don't know if you have this happen to you, but I get this hankering for certain tobacco blends. And it dawned on me that as I was talking about my springtime blends and some other things in the last couple of videos, and this is where it gets the question mark for maybe some people. Is this am I in fact the real Holy Smoking Pipe Padre? Because there were a couple of things that I have not talked about at all. And normally they were kind of like my, it was like that guy, he's consistent about a couple of things. And some of them were these 2 things I'm going to talk to you about. And so what happened was I woke up this morning and I was filled with some anxiety and a little bit of growing fear. And I'm going to tell you why. Well, there are a couple of things one in particular that I have not even at all acknowledged. And you would think, wow, that would be one of the first things that, man, if I really was a connoisseur, and I'm really not, but if I was somebody who was a real big fan of something, I'd be definitely, and I got my so-and-so right here at my elbow, and everything's fine, God's in his heaven and all's right with the world. Well, couple things that I really haven't been talking about as Holy Smoking Pipe Padre, and I began to realize at least one of them, I was fearful that I had actually lost it. I was really sitting here this morning when I was kind of thinking, I got this leisurely day. I'll make a pipe video for the pipe community, talk about some things I haven't talked about, and all of a sudden it hit me, wait a minute. There might be people thinking that you're a phony because, you really aren't the same kind of guy. The background's changed, and you haven't talked about certain things that you normally would talk about at least once or twice in every other video. You'd always be talking about especially a certain blend that you absolutely loved. And so, I started thinking, maybe some people may be starting to question the authenticity of these new videos. And yes, there's my Dunhill lighter. And this is, again, a beautifully refurbished Dunhill from the Briar Patch. Can you say Briar Patch? There we go. But what am I smoking in this beautiful restored Dunhill? Well, to answer that, let me first have a little bit of Senseo coffee. Again, I salute David. He's a Senseo guy, Love the Senseo machine. I know everybody else is in the Keurig, but I love my Senseo machine. So anyway, I went in search because I thought I had truly lost it. And what is it, you ask? Some of you, I'd be curious, I could have made this into a contest. Yes, Holy Smoking Pipe Padre. That's another thing that I'm known for, my contests, right? Summer's coming up. I might be tempted to have a contest, although it's going to be kind of a streamlined one. When I'm not saying I'm actually going to announce a contest, but this video would have been a great contest video. And now I kick myself because I should have done it, but I'm not going to do that. So what is the it that I am afraid that I lost? Was it my background? Was it my love of Dunhills? Was it not actually using my little special lighter that I normally use? No, none of those things. But it's one thing that I kind of almost, I wouldn't say championed. That's a little bit overstating it. But I certainly promoted the heck out of it. Only because I love it so much. And I remember even making a video, a summertime video, a couple of them in fact, where I was smoking this blend. So this morning when I woke up, here's what I was afraid that I lost. I was truly afraid that I had lost my pirate cake. My pirate cake. I couldn't remember where I put it. I found all my other tins, as you've seen in the last couple videos. And I was, happy to be reacquainted and reunited with all those. And enjoying some of those blends. But what happened to the pirate cake? And that's what I was concerned about. I mean, I was actually feeling like a parent who had lost his kid at, Target or something. Where'd it go? Where'd they at? And I remember the reason why I panicked, because I'm going, wait a minute, I've gone through all of my moving boxes. And I think I've shared some of those, and as you're probably watching right now, this video. But finally I found my beloved pirate cake. Okay. And in addition to that beautiful, delectable blend, I found my haunted bookshop. Now, I am smoking some of this pirate cake. And this pirate cake has basically been in this canister that you see in the video for the 4 or 5 years that I first discovered it. And those are some of the original cakes that I got. So, my surprise and my delight, I'm here to tell you today. And every so often what I would do, and I need to probably put them in a different canister perhaps, but then again, I'm not sure. I would give them a little misting with some distilled water, maybe like once or twice a year, just to give a little bit of moisture into them. But I'm here to tell you that they have been, they hold up extremely well. And the flavor is this creamy. It's interesting. I went to look for pirate cake. Well, actually, I was looking for something really stout. I think I was looking for Old Ironsides at the Briar Patch, the former Briar Patch in Arden Fair Mall. And I was looking for, I think it was Old Ironside. Yeah, I was looking for Old Ironside. And I wanted to find the most pungent, burning leaves kind of tobacco, because I just like that. I like that aroma. I like that stoutness. And so when I discovered the pirate cake, I said, whoa, hello. And I said, that's what I want. And it was just intriguing to me. I've never seen a tobacco like that before. In cubes and little cakes. They're more like little briquettes, So anyway, I remember getting some pirate cake for the very first time. And I actually smoked, I don't think I smoked, well, I got like 4 cakes, I think. Then I went back and got what you saw in the container there, and I probably had about 4 or 5 of those. So that's there. And then going to roll the other B-roll here now. I actually bought a little secondary cake of pirate cake, and still sealed. One day I'll break that out. But a little backup. Always have a backup. And but anyway, so there you see that there, and some other blends as well, some other treasured blends. So some people might be thinking, well, is this in fact the authentic, original Holy Smoking Pi Padre? Well, yes it is. And even though I thought I might have lost it, I didn't. I'm fine. I'm okay. Thank you for asking. So what's my background now? What's my new environment? So when people tune into my videos, they'll say, oh, hey, it's another Holy Smoking Pi Padre video. Instead of kind of looking at it going, well, it looks like him, but it kind of seems different. Seems like a different guy, kind of, But I just want to put to rest, if there's any doubts out there in the old YouTube pipe community, that I am, in fact, the one and only original Holy Smoking Pi Padre. I am. Got my Dunhills. Although, as you also know, I wasn't exclusively a Dunhill guy. I enjoyed his former persona, or still the same persona, but it's his former channel, the Dunhill Man UK. I think he's now Legacy.uk now. But Chris introduced me to Dunhills, and I just love them. And because of him. And yes, they are good smoking machines. And they're for smoking, not for resting. But I'm just amazed that this C&D blend still has the light flavor. Again, it smells really rustic and pungent in the tin or in the canister or whatever it is. But the thing is that it actually is one of the most smoothest tobaccos, smoking wise. It does have kind of a creamy flavor to it. Now this is not an aromatic, I will be honest. But it is a very delectable, there's a new word for you, David, delectable blend. It's very, surprisingly, there's no tongue bite. Now, some people, upon my recommendation, have tried it, and they're kind of like, oh gosh, and it is very pungent, so it's not something you'd want to probably light up with your significant other, or maybe your dog or your cat. Well, your cat will run away, trust me. Good old Snowball. And somebody asked about Snowball. Snowball's doing fine, but he's still back there at the other parish where he should be. Cats just don't travel well. If I was the only person that was going to take care of him, was between me and putting poor Snowball down, I would have taken him with me. But the problem is that he really loved his little backyard there, which I miss terribly. And I do have a backyard, and maybe in the future videos I will kind of share that with you. It's turning out to be very beautiful. Right now I got chickens back there. I don't know if the chickens would like tobacco or not. Probably not. But in the fall, especially, I'm looking forward to making some videos there. Maybe in a couple springtime videos in my new backyard, my new environs. But right now, this is, see if I can do this again. This is the new background. This is the, what I look like now here in Chico. So I just thought I would get on here and just share with you some good news. I found my pirate cake. I found my Stonehaven. I had some Stonehaven I was working on. Stonehaven, wonderful blend there. And of course some Haunted Bookshop. And maybe, just maybe later this evening, after dinner, I'll even fire up some Haunted Bookshop and make it official that I'm really finally here. Because for the last 2.5 months, I basically unpacked stuff that I needed for ministry, whether it was vestments or liturgical books or, notes, things like that. My computers for making videos. But for the most part, I haven't had a chance to just really kind of enjoy just the new environment, and on a day like today, just kind of saying, you know what, it's kind of a leisurely day to listen to some great music, enjoy a wonderful pipe, and smoke some delicious, delectable pirate cake. Yes. But again, I had to go in search of the pirate cake. And I'm glad I found my pirate cake. So, if you haven't tried pirate cake, now again, because this is like 5 years old, it may very well be cellared to the point where there's not a lot of edge to it at all. But I'm telling you, it's extremely smooth, very smooth. I don't drink alcoholic beverages. I don't condemn those that do, and if you do, enjoy it, and responsibly, but enjoy it. I know many people will have a pipe and a little liqueur, and they'll tell us what that is, but I would say that pirate cake, there's some similarities, I would say. Would be like a 21-year-old scotch. It's that smooth. There's no bite to it. There's no wicked. Sorry, Dear Matches, who loves Haunted Bookshop, and I love it too. And I've said before, it's kind of a unique animal. It's kind of it's its own animal, and you have to respect it. But it is good. Once you figure out that there's that mutual respect going on, it's not a problem. But pirate cake, a lot of people, because of the initial aroma, fragrance, if you will, they get kind of scared. But it's almost inversely proportional. As wonderfully smelly as it is in the tin, it doesn't smoke that way at all. So I would just say try it. Again, I don't think everybody's going to be pirate cake aficionados or lovers out there. But I have to tell you that it is probably one of my favorite blends. It's definitely one of my top 5. And you know what? Old Grandpa Cavendish, had asked me originally to do that video about springtime blends, and for the pipe smoker himself, definitely this is a very mild blend. I mean, it's smooth. It's not harsh. And I think of springtime. You smoke those blends that are they're actually light. They're flavorful, but they're not heavy. They don't have a casing to them. This doesn't have a casing at all. It's just plain old-fashioned Latakia and I guess Virginias and some burley thrown in. But it's really nice. Again, you're going to get a kind of a creamy texture, almost like a cheese flavor, And I remember one time kind of being a bit sheepish at saying that, a little embarrassed, almost like, oh, that doesn't sound good, does it? But it did. It's like, when I say creamy, it's kind of more like a rich cheese kind of a flavor at the back there. It's interesting. It's nothing that's going to. You actually will probably surprise yourself. You'll say, it's scary especially if you're a new pipe smoker, or have been essentially an aromatic kind of guy or gal. The pungency of pirate cake might scare the heck out of you. Huh. Okay. Got a little message from somebody on my phone. That's kind of cool. I like that. It's kind of cool. Anyway, so that's what I wanted to share with you today. Kind of trying to find the new improved Holy Smoking Pie Padre for 2015. And but anyway, I just had to share with you my good news that I found my pirate cake. I didn't lose it after all. Light up your world. Light up your pipe. See ya.